Jameis Winston. A video has surfaced on. Now, there is a conversation happening about Jameis Winston on the internet as well, which we will not get into because we do not know. The allegations are big. There's some big allegations about Jameis right now coming out in a competitive professional realm that is being investigated allegedly. We know nothing if it's serious, but I can tell you by my own research, the videos that Jameis is putting out of him working out and playing football, Jameis is ready to be the starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah. Right.
We had a sky cam, a little behind the quarterback cam shot that hit the internet of him throwing an absolute dart down a wheel route. I mean, it was just beautiful. Not too much height, okay? Not too flat so it didn't get over the corner. He's dropping absolute dimes. He's on the 23-yard line throwing it out to, obviously, the 50 just with ease. Jameis is the best Jameis has ever been. He got his eyes fixed. Remember, he used to be blind. He got LASIK. Mm-hmm. That blind season was a season that he led the NFL in touchdowns passed. He also led the NFL in interceptions thrown and pick sixes. He didn't have a clue who he was throwing it to, but he was throwing it to somebody. Gets LASIK. Now, hopefully, he showcased on Nickelodeon. He can complete a ball to his team member and his team member only. Sean Payton might have to face a quarterback position for the next 10 years with what Jameis is doing this offseason.
You think Taysom Hill's watching this and saying,
no.
Okay, that's it. Let's go back to all my other drills. I'm not focusing on quarterback anymore because this guy's got it.
I wonder if Taysom Hill, who is allegedly focusing strictly on being a quarterback this offseason, everybody knows Taysom Hill as the Taysom Hill of the NFL, played tight end, running back, wide receiver, kickoff team, kickoff return team, punt team, field goal. They play quarterback, they play linebacker, they play safety, they play football, they play football, they play football, they play football. Taysom Hill plays football. That is real, though. That's what he did. He just played football. He was a Taysom Hill action figure that was put in every single position. So whenever he would jog on the field on the offensive side, it was hard to get a read on who was on the field. How many tight ends? Is that a quarterback? Is that a running back? Is that a wide receiver? Critical in third downs and red zone situations. Sean Payton took advantage of it all the time. Taysom Hill became an indispensable type player for the New Orleans Saints years ago. Sean Payton, whenever Drew Brees was potentially staring down retirement, which he actually has officially done now, but for the last couple of years, it's been an option. He said that he viewed Taysom Hill as a Steve Young. He said, this is Steve Young. Yeah. He was the backup quarterback. He'd get some snaps. He'd get some gimmick plays. Then when it came time to play, Teddy Bridgewater played over Taysom Hill, and we all wondered what was Sean Payton talking about having Steve Young, but not playing him when you have the chance to play him. Teddy Bridgewater goes on to go 5-0, undefeated. Drew Brees comes back. Teddy Bridgewater gets paid in Carolina. Now he's traded to Denver, obviously. But it's never really been proven that Taysom Hill would be the guy until last year. Got a chance to start some games. Didn't look great at first. Didn't look great at second. I think the third game he looked very, very good. He was actually throwing the ball in rhythm. They didn't score a bunch, but it was a completely different offense. I think Michael Thomas potentially might see a little bit of a deficit if Taysom Hill's there, but he's focusing full-time on being a quarterback. Who knows what the 4-year, $160 million contract signer, Taysom Hill, all years voidable, by the way. What does that mean? What if he comes out and he's just a machine ready to go? We're talking about must-see television. I almost wish Hard Knocks was able to be down in New Orleans with Taysom and Jameis, but I think personally, and this is my own personal opinion, you have to decide who's the starter before you go in there, even if it's a competition, because you can't have the locker room being completely split. Now, I don't know if the locker room will. Taysom has been around a long time. I assume Jameis is well-liked in the locker room. It's been said by former teammates he is. But that whole thing on who's the guy, who's not the guy, I think can cause potential problems. Maybe the Saints will be able to handle it with some professionalism, but that's a big question mark down there with Sean Payton. And they had to get rid of, 10 guys, too, to get under the salary because they didn't have Mike Greenberg manipulating the numbers down there. Right? It's the Saints are a great question right now.
Well, and to your point about the offense changing, too, if last year's any indication, Alvin Kamara basically, he vanished in, the 4 games that Taysom Hill played quarterback, and he kind of became the vocal point of the offense. He's their best player. So, you can't have him just kind of take a back seat because Taysom Hill can run and has to do other things.
What if it's Steve Young?
He could be Steve Young.
Could.
But I think you got to start Jameis.
At what point, though? It's going to happen week 3, week 4. Drew realizes nobody's talking about him, and he comes back.
Drew's going to be doing Sunday Night Football or something.
True. And to your point about Taysom, can you take away all those other positions?
What? He's doing it.
Well, I know, but that's a great point. I hadn't even thought of that. Saying, hey, wait a minute, they're not talking about me enough in New Orleans, and for
What are you talking
what
about?
I did, I need to go back down and take him to the promised
Bro,
land.
he's doing primetime television on NBC.
Yeah, but he set a record at that family boot camp for pushing that sled.
That's true.
I forgot about
He
that.
kept going
He went
into
all
the
the way
street.
down the
Yeah,
street.
yeah.
I'd never seen anyone do it before.
He's on trampoline with his kids.
Yeah?
He was out of practice with the Chargers, too, I think.
Oh, yeah, with Herbert.
He was, yeah. Herbert, by the way, looks very good.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Shit.
He's yoked.
He is yoked. He's
Big
got his
body.
hair back, looks very confident, as he should be.
Yeah.
And Staley, the new head coach over there, a lot of people on the offensive side of the ball around the NFL have said that, hey, that's going to be a big loss for the Rams. Like, he is because he's a quarterback.
That's right.
He's defense coordinator. Wow. How many times are we going to hear that this year?
More than Hogan playing the
10,000.
He was the perfect head coach candidate because he's a quarterback, so he understands the offense, but he's also a great defense coordinator, so he understands both sides of the ball. That's going to be said 15,000 times. this year.
a game.
But it is real. I think it made him a better defense.
But it's a big deal. Big deal.